Hi everyone, and welcome to this new episode of Geopolitical Report podcast. I'm John Bifolki, Research Manager at SpecialEurasia. Today, I want to discuss with you recent developments in Armenia. We're going to discuss the Armenian parliamentary push for European Union accession, also the geopolitical implication of this decision, Russia's answers, response, and the recent crisis, the political crisis caused by Nagorno-Karabakh refugees in the country. So first of all, I'd like to cover the news regarding the fact that the Armenian parliament has passed a bill initiating the process of accession to the European Union. This is something that reflects Yerevan's foreign policies toward the West. We witnessed when we were the last time in Armenia that Armenia is closer to the European Union, to the United States, particularly after the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict happening in 2020, after the complete fall of Nagorno-Karabakh in the hands of Azerbaijan in 2023. But the main problem is that even though there is a little bit of enthusiasm regarding the possibility that Armenia will become a partner, a member of the European Union, and will be completely part of the European Eastern Partnership, there are several issues and challenges. First of all, the fact that Armenia is a member of the Eurasian Economic Union and the Collective Security Treaty Organization, and this can directly affect Armenian domestic economic politics. Secondly, we should also remember the words of the Russian Deputy Prime Minister Alexei Overchuk, who warned Armenia that if the country will leave the Eurasian Economic Union and it will push the European Union membership, there will be economic consequences. First of all, I'd like to stress the fact that currently the Russian trade with Armenia is about 42% of Armenia's foreign trade. And also, because of Ukraine conflicts and because many Russians relocated to Armenia, the Russian diaspora in Armenia is really influential, really important, and promoted economic development. Also, we should consider the fact that Armenia currently is a semi-isolated country because of the situation and the confrontation with Azerbaijan, with Turkey. Even though Armenia and Azerbaijan are discussing this peace deal among several challenges, and I suggest you to read Baltic's report regarding the information warfare and the narrative related to this peace deal that we published a week ago. We should say also that it is not clear and it is not a fact that Armenia will reach a deal with Azerbaijan and will open will restore like the diplomatic relation with Turkey and Azerbaijan. So in this case, Armenia is semi-isolated, and also the partnership and cooperation with the West, for instance, with the United States, with the European Union, it is not guaranteed by the geopolitics of the region, first among all. So it is really hard that Armenia can rely only on the West and also can just survive by giving up 42% of its trade with Russia. Meanwhile, Armenia is designing its future in foreign policy. There were some different protests inside the country against the leadership and the government of the Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan. These protests were led by the Nagorno-Karabakh refugees, which accused the government of not supporting them, also accusing them of several domestic issues. In June 2024, with my colleague Yerevan, who we were in Armenia, we documented the protest led by the protest in June at the time against the government, against the fact that the government wasn't supporting the Armenian refugees coming from the Nagorno-Karabakh Artsakh after Azerbaijan completely conquered the region. Currently, there are several issues. First of all, among all, there is the issues of the prisoner of war. According to some information regarding the peace deals, it seems that Yerevan will not try to bring back these prisoners of war in Azerbaijan, and they are facing harsh problems. First among all, some of them are facing tortures, according to some international organization reports. And there is this request of repatriation of the prisoner of war, first of all. Secondly, there is the problem regarding the job opportunities and the life opportunities of the Armenian refugees coming from Nagorno-Karabakh. In June 2024, in his speech during inside the parliament, Nikol Pashinyan accused the Armenians from Nagorno-Karabakh of accepting a few money just to protest against the government, to accept this money from opposition party or from foreign agents, for instance, Russia. It is a serious matter because it's just that in Armenia there is a confrontation between different circles inside the society and also it is involved the Armenian diaspora, which was always advocating for Armenians in Nagorno-Karabakh. So the diaspora is disappointed with the current government because of what happened in Artsakh, Nagorno-Karabakh, because Azerbaijan conquered easily this part of the territory, because it seems that the government of Yerevan just gave up this territory in exchange of some guarantees for territorial security and sovereignty, which even though these guarantees are not clear, and seems that looking also at the narrative or rhetoric of Baku that Armenia could not be safe and secure in the future, particularly because from Baku now there is this narrative regarding the western Azerbaijan and the fact that this part of the territory, which include also the capital Yerevan, should be or was in the past the part of Azerbaijan, should be again part of the Azerbaijani territories. So there are several issues regarding the domestic politics and the foreign politics, and Armenia is in should face all these issues, all these problems in a contemporary era, which is characterized by a multipolar world, by the fact that the USA administration is under Trump, which could close or try to close, shut down the USA, which tries to promote his foreign policy, but is looking more to protect his national economy, national currency. The fact is that Armenia should decide or should try to balance its foreign policy, even though there are several issues. Can feel the pressure of Russia, can feel abandoned from the economic side, and also cannot rely only on one actor. If Pashinyan in the past said that the main mistakes of Armenia was relying only on Russia for its military support from its protection and defense, we should say that could be the same problem if Armenia rely only on the USA or the European Union. So thanks for your attention. I wish you a good day, and we will talk again on geopolitical dynamics and issues in the Caucasus and Central Asia. Bye bye.